What's up, man? Welcome back to another podcast, man. I have a special guest here today. I just seen a video that he posted on Instagram. I love it. So I'm not going to introduce him. Let me let him introduce himself. What's going on?
Hey, man, bro. I appreciate you, man. James Allen here out of Houston, Texas.
Yes, sir.
And, man, it's just it's an honor to be here, man. Like I said, we were just rapping and kicking this game. I said, hey, man, let's get these things. Let's get this rolling because you was dropping some gems and some knowledge.
Man, I got some information. I try to tell people is be protected by the information that you give people, though. Mm-hmm. But you know what I'm saying? Because people don't pay attention unless they pay. And that's big facts, you know.
Gem number one.
So let's go. When did you walk away from your job? Let's talk about that. Let's get on that right there.
Yeah. So I guess I did just a poor introduction to myself. So first of all, I am a full-time real estate investor here in Houston, Texas.
Okay.
And my company is Southern House Buyers. And so I walked away from my company, for full-time work in 2019 and 2019, summer 2019. So so
before the pandemic.
Come on. Yeah. And so, man, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I had the cushion job, I had the title, I had the salary.
Yeah.
You know, what we like to look at as a safety net.
Of course.
Yeah. And so I had that. And then you know, it was just the higher I moved up and the more titles and accolades I got, the more they thought they owned me.
What?
Yeah, you know, the more they thought they owned me. So it happened, man.
So what was the mindset to walk away though? Because you know, I think people need to know that because somebody is in your shoes right now that have something like, I want to walk away, but what's the mindset though?
So when I walked away, I wouldn't recommend people doing how I walked away with it for real. So I had just had my second child.
Okay.
Yeah. So my daughter.
Pressure on.
Yeah, my daughter was born. You know, it wasn't just my wife and I at the time anymore. It was, you know, we had a son and then we had just had a daughter. And so when I first, you know, came back off. Well, let me back up. So when we knew she was about to be born, I went to them and I said, hey, you know, I need to take some time off, bond with my child, and help my wife out. It's like paternity leave. Like, what is that?
Who are you?
Yeah, we don't do that.
You a man,
right? Like your wife will be all right. Just make sure the baby come out and.
Oh wow!
Yeah. And then so I was like, all right, and we negotiated, worked something out. I had to negotiate to take time off, like after my daughter was born.
That's crazy.
And then they gave me a week where it was just nothing, and then they were like, take your laptop. And log in,
make sure you working,
and make sure you get these hours in after a week after. And then so that happened, and then when I came back, they're like, oh man, we appreciate you, God. Everything, but we would just feel better if you worked, came in on the weekends. All right, I was like, all right, cool, I'm always down to put in the work. I'm not afraid of work.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, cool, what's the what's the project? What we got going on? What we doing? He said, nothing. The CFO would just feel better, seeing you in the office.
Oh, wow.
Nah, I got 2 kids, bro. Like, I said, I got a laptop. Anything you need from me,
I can make it happen. I can make it
mobile. Yeah. So after that, I talked to my wife, and just things started coming to a head, and I was like, hey, my wife is gangster, man. She's just like, do what you got to do.
Oh, so she's gangster like my wife. My wife gangster. She like,
hey, shout out to the gangster wives out there. It wouldn't be possible without
it. Would not be possible. Because my wife's the same way. I was at the railroad.
Okay.
And then I was like, man, it's about time for me to leave. My business picking up steam. And she was like, I got us. So, hey, that gave me the energy to be like, oh, you sure?
Right.
I don't know. Well, you sure? She said, something happened, I got us. They put that battery in my back.
But bruh, I mean, yeah, so a couple of things there. So a couple of gems you're dropping. So first of all, railroad, great benefits and all that kind of things that come with the railroad. Yes. Great job. A lot of people, want to be in that position. So
and I was working 14 days a month. I was working half the year, So, but to me, when you chasing your dreams is more important than anybody else's dreams.
Talk about it.
Some people love being, it's like you at somebody else's dream. So I'm like, I got to go chase my own dreams. But I needed to find my wife to put that battery in my back to say, you can do it. You got too much content not to do it.
Talk about it. I mean, and not only that, just from, like you're saying, the mindset aspect, but let's be real, just from the resource aspect, she's like, yo, I got you. And that's
tough.
That's very difficult. So, yeah, I mean, we can sit up here and just be like, oh, go get it, you know. And,
yeah.
But have some type of plan, have some type of, you know, mentally have some type of support system and whatever financially. Because I was just thinking about that. A lot of times just in our culture, you know, I don't want to speak for the entire culture.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying from what I've seen, man, a lot of us are really struggle to take that leap because a lot of us, from what I see, we don't have that safety net. Man. You see in other cultures, people would just take a jump, and hell, if they fail and they fail over again, they're allowed to fail because they have that room to fail. Like, oh, he can mess up in his 20s. If it doesn't work out, he can come work for you know, such and such company, I gotta connect.
Talk about it.
Us, shit. I'm sorry.
No, you can encourage.
Okay.
Say whatever you want.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So shit, like when we're 18, it's like you kind of on your own,
and nobody trained us how to be entrepreneurs.
Talk about it.
So this is the problem. This is why I started Why Now Is Your Time, because I said it's people that I'm 43. So I'm like, it's people that want to be entrepreneurship, but that's the 18-year-old dude that nobody's showing him that looks like him. They don't look like him. They don't dress like him. So now, as people say, why you dress down every day? Look, I wear my own brand every single day. My hat, I got nothing but my own brand.
Fly to embroidered.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Hats and stuff. Come on, bro. Pop your shit.
So let's talk about that video. That video, I love it. So it's your second time posting, third time. Let me introduce myself. What made you want to do that? I love it.
I appreciate that. So yeah, what you're talking about is it was just kind of a way to introduce myself and tell people about a little bit about what I do.
Come on.
My company, the podcasting that I do. Nothing on this level. I'm in here in the studio. This is beautiful. The setup, equipment, everything. So I see you, man. And
I appreciate it.
Again, yeah, it's just an honor to be here because everything is top notch and professional here. So this is dope. But going back to your question, the reason I actually did that was because me being full-time for 3.5 years now.
Ooh, 3.5?
Yeah.
Man, talk about it.
Let's go.
You could have folded and went back.
Nah.
Let's go.
And again, because let's not get it twisted about that. When I jumped out there, I busted my ass. It was that's what I was getting to. I had a cushy, high-paying 6-figure job.
Come on.
Company credit cards, office title, all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
And I left, and and I went, and I was making probably the lowest salary that I made in my life.
Oh, wow.
Well, probably since I, graduated from college. Undergrad, that was probably the lowest amount of money I've made. With 2 kids and a wife. And so, but my wife, a couple of times, I was like, man, maybe I should just go get this part-time down the street at an academy or a Foot Locker, something, just to keep the dough coming in. And my wife was like, no, keep going.
Patience.
Keep going. Because that's important, because a lot of people's wives will be like, yo, I like these vacations. these
nails and hair needs to be done.
Right. So yeah, but anyways, going back to your question about why I did that is because coming out of corporate America,
come on,
a lot of the networking that I've been doing up to really this year, I made a conscious decision to really work on my self-branding. But a lot of things, a lot of the circles we're around are a lot of people within like real estate.
Okay.
But more realtors and stuff of that nature. And so a lot of people, what I do a lot of wholesaling, a lot of off market. I work with a lot of investors. I work with hedge funds on that side, but I wasn't in that arena.
I got you.
So a lot of people.
So you had to like create your own little like space.
Exactly. Well, I mean, space or branding.
Because people buy people before they buy anything else.
Exactly.
And I think that's the biggest thing is between ownership and creativeship.
Right.
People don't know the difference.
Right.
Whenever you're a creator, people gonna buy that.
Gym number 3. So put that in, but we're gonna have a gym count. Bling, bling, bling. But yeah, honestly, you're right. People do business with who they know, like, and trust.
Yes.
And so, so going back to that, it was a lot of questions. You know, I started to get momentum over these last 2 years.
Come on.
Or so, but
that's a year and a half before you even got momentum. People need to see that part. So look, so that's a year and a half of you busting your ass, and now the last 2 years you're starting to get momentum.
Right.
But people need to see that part, because it's like, I didn't make it the first month. Oh, I need to go back. They started, you know, and I say, if you can't drive your car looking in the review.
Talk about it.
You got to be looking straight ahead.
Talk about it.
You know,
yeah. It's very, man, yeah. So your mindset and your focus is very important, and so good point. And so going back to that, I wanted to come out with that video because a lot of questions were, okay, man, we see your husband in real estate. What does he do? Or we know you're in real estate. What do you do?
Come on.
And so I was like, all right. So I had to, you know, put that out there, and a lot more content. If people follow me, you'll see the content that I'm actually putting out is a lot more of my day, what I do, and in my particular lane, because a lot of people were confused. Like, is he a realtor? I am licensed, but I'm not on that productivity side. I'm mainly focused on off-market deals.
So this is what I think people need to understand, though, is that when you are on social media, document your day. If you document your day, that creates content. For instance, prime example, show yourself waking up, brushing your teeth. Show yourself walking to the bed. Show yourself walking to the kitchen. These are like 3-second clips. You just document your moments.
Right.
So then you take those clips and say, that's how my day was. Just like that.
Just like that. Yo, I started to peep that.
Come on.
And it's just like doing the most like
simple
stuff. So I saw the other day, because I do that now too, just kind of document everything. I should be documenting this right now, honestly. But we should go live. But man, I was just peeping something that had, bro, like maybe over 50K likes.
Come on.
It had
simple.
It had a trending audio.
Simple.
And my guy was pumping gas.
Simple.
He was pumping gas, but he was like maybe changing the angles on it.
Yes.
And it had like a dope transition.
Yes.
It was just something motivational. I was like, yo, I'm out here. I'm out here motivated. I'm not where I'm at, but I'm not stopping until I get there. And it had some fire music behind it.
Simple.
And he was pumping gas. And I was like, yo, the guy is pumping gas and has 50K likes.
That's what I'm telling people. Don't make it so difficult.
Yeah.
Listen, you're going to wake up anyways. So while you waking up,
God willing, yeah.
Yeah, God willing, once you wake up, you got this. I tell my wife all the time, set the camera over there, just hit record and just walk out the room. Then go to the kitchen. She said, it's a lot of work. I said, but you're going to get used to it, because you just documenting your day. If people want to follow that. So I said, what we're going to do is we're going to document One Marriage, Two Hustles behind the scenes. But nobody going to be able to see, only our supporters. You know what I'm saying? Only the supporters can see it. You want to pay $10 a month, then you can see it.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Light work.
Light work.
10, yeah. Just, you know, that's Starbucks. You know,
a lot of 10s adding up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. By the end of the year, we need about 1,000 people. You know, $10. You know, we're not greedy.
Yeah. It's light work. I mean, for the person paying into it.
Yeah.
You know, that's
So you get to get gems, ideas. You get to see behind the scenes. You get to see what we're really doing and how we building a multi-million-dollar company.
Absolutely. And then that's, you know, while we're joking here about the amount, but what you're saying is you're adding value.
Yes. Value.
You're adding value, and people are able to access that and really get that game for $10. And it's depending on if you're intentional on what you want to do with it. That $10 is light work.
33 cents a day. I make it simple. It's 33 cents.
Oh, you mathing?
I'm mathing. 33 cents a day. You know, it's the smart thing. So when I looked at your podcast, what made you want to start and hold on, before we go to that part.
Yeah.
I see you had, I think, I didn't know you then though. I think you had like went to some kind of event, or you had like Your own event? What
I launched that event, yeah.
Oh yeah, so yeah, don't let me miss another.
Of course not. Now, yeah, we locked in, but that was a way. Honestly, just my podcast is called Masterminds with James Allen, and that's honestly, it started off with a lot of friends that I have.
Come on.
Well, one of my best friends, we do this every single week. He's in a completely different industry.
Yes.
He owns a few restaurants and bars in New Orleans.
Yes.
I am in real estate.
Okay.
But we went.
But the conversation though.
But we're both, of the mindset. We just pick different industries and angles to go about it.
I got
you. What we really do is, like, hey, bro, what's going on with you? Oh no, but I have X, Y, and Z going on. And then we're just kind of talking. I'm like, hey man, have you ever thought about looking at it this way? Maybe approach it and look into this mastermind.
Yes.
And then we do that at least twice a week. Still.
Come on.
Still. I've known him. He went to high school with my wife.
Just documenting though.
Yeah. So I just know him for a while. We just kicking. I was like, one day, I was just like, let's just document him and put it on there. So he was my first guest. And from then, I started talking to other entrepreneurs. I didn't want it to be a real estate specific.
Yes.
I'm not trying to brand myself as any type of guru. There's a lot of real estate investor, wholesaler gurus out there that have got all.
You gonna let them have it, huh?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. I mean, because.
Well, you kind of like me. You just want to change the conversation. Like, why now is your time is just for people who, like, I had a guy on 2 days ago. He just ran a 50-mile marathon.
Come on.
I want to know what was his mindset.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
But he just broke down his mindset. So I build this for entrepreneurs, but also build for incredible people who doing incredible things.
Absolutely.
And I think that's why I like the name of your podcast, because you just collaborate minds.
Absolutely.
And I tell people, you don't have to worry about creating if you documenting.
Facts.
Think about that. You don't have to worry about creating if you documenting.
I see the gym number 4 or 5 right now. So I ain't gonna go front. Pop your shit. You dropping them. But yeah, it's honestly, with all these things we're talking about adding value, but I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, one of the reasons I created that podcast was just for a lot of selfish reasons.
So, come on, tell it.
To put out the content, like create content.
Yes,
like
sir.
You're saying, if you're documenting, it's a great way to network with people.
Yes, it is.
And so, like I said, a lot of people either come through the network or from my personal network that I had, and then it started to branch out. I was like, hey, well, I know this person; they really be great. Yes. They got this and this going on, and then from those conversations, a lot of people I would have on, they started to say that, it would be dope if I could. You put us all together or introduce us. I'd like to meet such and such from episode 13.
Yes.
Or 5.
There you go.
And that was the event. I was like, you know what? Let me just get everybody in the room. And that the whole reason for that was to inspire opportunities and create collaboration. That's the only thing it was meant to do.
And I think people are looking for that. Like every month here, I told myself 2023, every month I'm gonna bring in 6 different Black guys, and we're gonna have a mental health 3-hour session.
Beautiful.
And I'm gonna break it down into 4 parts. So we get together on one day a month and we talk for 3 hours, and I break the 3 hours to four parts so we can see and it's all type. Ain't not just business Black men. Mm-hmm. The dude that's going to work every day, that's Black, that's dealing with racism. The dude that's, people need to, people need to see this though.
Damn.
So Instagram, what's your best platform that you think you're on, that you like the most out of Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube?
Instagram.
Okay.
I put it on TikTok. I'm sorry, I've rarely used TikTok. I need to be better about that. I know.
Clip it up.
Yeah. And Facebook is, I'm just on there because it's just kind of legacy in there. Grandfather. YouTube is just because, and for the long form of the visual of the podcast, is somewhere I put it on there. But mainly, I really use Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you think all this is going to be headed? I mean, and which one would you say is probably the best?
I'm on all of them, but what I try to do is I make a long form video, because really I got 4 shows. See, I got Why Now Is Your Time podcast.
Yep.
I got Uncomfortable Conversations, 7-minute videos. I got Going Crazy with Reels, which is all Reels.
Right.
And then I got my Mastermind course, which is $77 a month, teaching entrepreneurs how to be better.
Beautiful.
You know what I'm saying? So I got multiple things going on. So I'm thinking at the end of the day is you want to clip 30 seconds on all platforms, but you want to lead them to a long form platform that eventually you can charge them for. Because everything can't be free. People don't respect free. Guarantee. I guarantee they don't respect free.
Yo, that is like the second or third time I've heard that this week.
They don't. This is my book right here. Why Now Is Your Time. Ooh, don't worry about it.
All good.
Y'all get to see live in the video. So this is my book. Why Now Is Your Time.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's put it this way.
Yeah. So this is the book. So the thing about the book is I created the book for 3 principles. All right. Which is life, brand, legacy. You know what I'm saying? How would you leave it? How would you design your life? How would you create your brand? How would you leave your legacy? So I created the book for that.
Dope.
You know what I'm saying? So
when did you publish this?
I published it last year.
Oh.
Last January 2022.
How long did it take you to write it?
Let me tell you a funny story. I had it sitting on the bookshelf for 10 years. My wife had to push me to finish it because I was scared what people might think.
That's real.
That's real.
I started creating a book and idea.
Okay.
During the pandemic.
And
I shelved it because I don't know how it's gonna be.
Yes.
So I figured.
So now I'm working on my children's book. It's called The Love Adventures of Ink. It's about 11-year-old black guy. He goes around. He kind of like the Jimmy Neutron / Bebe Kids, but he goes around. He motivates people. All right, I'm working on that, and then I'm working on the Teenage Guide to Success. 77 principles on how teenagers can build their brand. And so that's my next 2 drops.
I feel like you capping. I feel like you put all that in Chat GPT.
You know what? I haven't even used it yet. I need to use it.
It just was like, yo, I got create a story off of this. Because you know it's doing that now.
Yeah,
right?
I know.
That's
I
crazy.
know that. And there's before the GPT, I seen this thing called Jarvis. You seen Jarvis?
I don't.
Jarvis is the real deal too.
Like the Iron Man Jarvis?
Nah, it's like an AI.
Well,
So,
I mean,
yeah.
named after
Yeah.
Okay,
You go in, you tell Jarvis, hey man, today I want to talk about creating a brand.
Oh.
And then they just start typing up stuff. That's AI. But to me, that's not authentic.
How do you feel? Yeah. How do you feel about AI?
It's scary.
Super scary.
You know what? You watch that movie Megan?
Ooh.
Megan.
Oh, no.
Okay. You need to watch that movie.
No,
They made a doll. They made a doll in AI. All right?
Yeah.
They made an AI doll.
Yeah.
And the doll gained emotions. So the doll stopped listening to them. Yo, I'm just saying.
I got it.
I ain't gonna play with it.
I got this one partner. He is like doom and gloom about everything. I mean, but he pays attention to like all what's going on in the news, and he's been sending out stuff about the AI and then all the stuff, the technology and the advancements of the robots. He's like, did they not watch Terminator?
Hey, it's true though. It's true.
It's true.
So in the next 3 years, where you see your brand at? What you want to see your brand doing?
Which brand? Personal brand or my business? All of them?
All 3.
All 3. I mean, so.
All right, let's go with the podcast. Where you want to see the podcast at?
I'd like to monetize it.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay.
Because it's a lot of work.
It is. People don't respect the work,
man.
Because when we get off here, this has to be what? Edited.
But yeah, I mean, but even so,
Clipped
editing, clipped up, all that kind of stuff, and what goes into editing, that is a full-time job in itself.
Come on, man.
But just, I think people get confused about, because people are very articulate and have a lot to say, or interesting people and have great personalities.
Yes.
But when them lights come on and the camera start rolling, and you can't just turn on a mic and start talking. And you know what I mean? It's way more difficult than that. So how you are able to...
You ever did an hour podcast by yourself?
No.
I have.
That's interesting.
A lot. And if you don't have... we need notes. A lot of notes.
Right.
you got to carry this whole conversation by yourself for 1 hour. If you start going down when I first started, I'm by myself. Hour and 15 minutes every week. But I was just saying, what's today's topic? Entrepreneurship. Okay. What can I tell them about entrepreneurship? I need these 8 things. And then inside these 8 things, I need to take, out of each thing, I need to take 3 more things. It's a lot of work.
It requires a lot of skill. And I think, I don't think I realized that at first coming in.
I got you.
And honestly, I just started to listen to other podcast people and see how they keep things flowing. See, what you're doing right now is super impressive because we're holding a very, high energy, engaging conversation. You have no notes. And it's very impressive. So like, it's not as easy as one would think. So
no, it's not.
Salute to you.
And that's why a lot of people have asked me, man, how can I start a podcast? I'm like, well, my mentorship about to drop, the ebook about to drop. I already got the course. The course already out there, $297. So I tell people that it's a lot of information that you need. I can't tell you in one day, because you need to know what cameras to get. You need to know the difference between mirrorless podcasting and manual podcasting. This is mirrorless. This can go for 12 hours. See right there on the screen, it says 112 hours without stopping.
Come on.
That's mirrorless podcasting. The manual podcasting, I'm giving them the gems right now. The manual podcasting, you only can record. You only can record every 15 minutes, but you have to get up and stop it.
Yep. No, for real. And that's one of the reasons why I went with the camera I did.
Yes.
I honestly did not know the terminology, but that was one of the reasons because I went in there and I was just like, I need to get a camera. What use it for? I said, podcast. They said, get this one. I said, all right.
That's what I'm saying. So I tell people, you can start your podcast off, maybe by $1,000, and that's a decent. That's a decent podcast.
Right.
If you're trying to get this, you're talking about 10 plus,
easily
10,000 plus, because the camera's itself 2,000.
Easily.
So people need to know that. So look, I have a question I ask a lot of people. You gotta, we got a tombstone. We need to leave it in the ground so the next 1,000 years somebody can pull it up. You only can leave 3 things in there for people to remember you by. Let's go.
The tomb? What you mean?
So
inside?
So you get to put it inside. It's about this big.
Okay.
About this long. It's maybe about this big. You can leave 3 things in there. We're gonna bury it. 1,000 years after you dead, we want to pull it up. What you want to leave in there so people can remember you by?
Great question. First, picture of my family.
Okay. They need to know what you built.
Yeah. What me and my wife built. Yeah.
Yes.
So no doubt. I would say a Bible.
A Bible, okay. Most people got a Bible.
Yeah. Who knows?
The reason why I want to leave a Bible because I'm leaving videos. So they're gonna already know I'm a godly man by why I'm speaking. You
know what? I'm gonna jack that. The last one would be, what? Man, you said 1,000 years from now?
1,000 years, they want to pull it up and say, man, let's see who James Allen is. Let's see who he was.
I'm gonna leave some type of video too, but like hell, we can't even play cassettes now. So
we don't even know if they're gonna be able to play what we got.
Right. So, but yeah, I would leave some type of clip. I'd string a clip together.
I got you.
Yeah, not only me, just like sites and stuff I've seen and just a visual of life as it was when I was there. So
I got you.
It's a great question.
Yeah, because I think people they don't think about their legacy. They so worried about the currency. Like, I'm making money right now. I'm like, yeah, but what are you leaving so people can remember you by? Right. Who have you touched? One of my biggest things, and I have a digital consulting company. And so one of my biggest things is helping 100 people become a millionaire. That's one of my personal goals. And people's like, oh man, I want to see other people be successful outside of me. Cause me and my best friend, I was saying, if me and him just making money, we can have fun with our wives. No, me and him, we just went to Miami. His wife, my wife, we all went and had fun.
Hey.
But at the end of the day, we still want to see other people be successful though.
For real.
So what are the things what impressions do you want to leave on people? Like, what is that impression? Like, after they finish connecting with you, what is that impression you want to leave on them?
Yeah, so it really just depends on, the particular person. Honestly, all my relationships with people are different.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? It doesn't necessarily have to be business. These days, honestly, I would prefer it to. Like now, I just don't make. I don't make associations with people that we're not doing some type of business with, or some type of
that energy.
Yeah. But I mean, like I said, I have a good friend of mine. He called me this morning. He's a physical therapist. We have nothing in common, but we've been cool with each other since 9th grade.
Come on.
But you know what I'm saying? But I'm sorry, what was the original question?
What impression do you want to leave on people?
Man, bro, just honestly, solid, genuine interaction and relationships, to be honest.
I like that.
That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, regardless of what it is, I would just let them know when we're interacting, whenever it is, that thing is genuine.
Yes.
And I made that person feel good. Like I'm transferring positive energy.
That's a good word, transfer.
Yeah. Oh, any type of interaction is transferring.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All energy is transferred. So yeah, just whatever it is when they talk to me, regardless, for the most part, it's some type of interaction where I'm not coming down and, bringing negative energy, shitting on someone, or transferring negative stuff like so.
So have you lost, and I'm losing friends. Have you lost friends in this process of being an entrepreneur? Because let me tell you something. My wife said, you know why you losing friends? Because they not going where you at.
Right.
She said, I hate to tell you this, but the whole time you've been calling friends, they ain't really been calling you. And then when you do talk to them, their conversation not on entrepreneurship. It's on their job. And so how you feel being job free? Do you feel like it's been a lonely journey?
1,000%. 1,000%.
Tell the people.
Yeah. I mean, the first time, well, I ain't gonna lie. The first time I saw friends started to drop by the wayside, and it was probably more of me is when I became a dad.
Okay.
You just move differently.
Yes.
I mean, you just move differently when you're a parent.
Yes.
And then, when
you good.
And then the second time was when I went full time. Everybody is still supportive, but you just don't kick it like you should.
The conversation not there.
And the conversation is not there. But also, too, it's kind of crazy. Like, people, like, the funny thing is, and I'm sure everyone's heard this 1,000 times, but it's always like, man, I left my 9 to 5 because you originally want freedom and, navigate your 24 how you see fit. But now you left your 9 to 5, you work 40 hours a week. Now you're working like 80. Like, all you do, you work a hell of a lot more when your name is on there, when your name's behind the brand. So you work a lot more. And so you are able to navigate how you see fit, but now you got to be a lot more concise and intentional with how you navigate your time. So when I'm gone, the first priority is my family and my kids and everything. And like you're saying, also your energy, your personal time, your mental health, all that stuff that you've been talking about is very important. And then it's like, we can meet at a bar and drink or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And watch a game. But that stuff is not necessarily at a priority. So
and that's why I love to talk about this. So if you can go back and tell your 13-year-old self anything so that today you would be better, what would you tell him?
Man, that's a great question. Number one thing I would tell myself is, don't be afraid to fail and take chances.
Talk to him.
And that's, again, looping back to what we first started talking about, is my whole thing was I didn't come from a lot of money growing up, and I was told to go to school and get a job and support myself because just kind of, create a better situation for myself. So it was never in my, side of my sight
nobody taught us
to take chances or create opportunities for myself. It was really just go stabilize yourself, stabilize some income, and advance and improve your lifestyle, your situation.
So then what are you gonna tell your kids that they didn't tell you? That's good right here. Because they really had nothing to tell you, because all they knew was, because really if you start looking at it, like, they was that generation was really just coming out the Martin Luther King era. Like, it's crazy.
Facts.
So what are you gonna tell your kids so that they can be better than you are today?
Great question. But I actually think it's more so, even more so than telling them, is showing them.
Example.
And showing them. I mean, and they see in the household 2 entrepreneurs. They see I'm an entrepreneur, my wife's an entrepreneur, and just the little things we're starting to talk about now. There's nothing wrong with having a job. Nothing wrong with having a job. Because honestly, too, everybody, it would be a shitty place if everybody was a solopreneur.
I got you.
So hell, I want people to come work for my company.
Yes.
Hell, we're hiring. If you're a high caliber person, come holler at me.
Yes.
Give me your resume.
Yes.
But with that being said, when I'm talking to my kids, letting them know there's an option. There's an option to, start something. So my son's like, hey, Dad, when I grow up, he said, I wanted to come work for you. Can I work for you? Can I get a job?
Come on.
I said, son, why don't you create your own company and we collaborate and do some stuff? So I just start dropping those kind of gems.
Yes.
It's like, you don't have to be a worker. If it's in you or you have that passion or something that you want to pursue, let's talk about it.
Well, the problem is, I think that some people let the word fear set in. False evidence appearing real or fail early in responsibility. They're letting that stuff set in. So that's why so many great ideas at the gravesite, because people never lived out their purpose.
Right.
And one thing about God, if he give you an ideal and a vision and you don't do it, he's going to use somebody else to do it. And so now he's going to let you see, because you ever say, man, I should have started this years ago. But somebody, he said, well, so Mr. James Allen, so you're not going to use the gift I told you. Great. I'm going to use Lloyd Christten for that gift. You know what I'm saying? So he's going to get his gift. We're just vessels. And when you understand I'm just a vessel and God is in control, it's a wrap.
Right.
It becomes easier to me. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I mean, yes, walking by faith is always easier in concept, but when that heat is on your ass in the moment, it is difficult.
It is
to walk to the other side of fire. But when you start thinking about it, whatever situation is hard, any situation, any side of that spectrum, whether it be working the 9 to 5, with somebody else, it's hard. Jumping out there, taking a chance, taking that leap is hard.
Your heart and my heart is different.
Yeah. So you choose.
Because I always ask a lot of entrepreneurs, I'm like, okay, so these last 3.5 years you've been job free. What are some of the mistakes you made so that the next 3.5 are going to be better?
Some of the mistakes?
Yes.
For one, I guess you mean lessons.
Yeah, lessons.
Okay.
Because I don't take L's as losses. I take them as lessons.
Talk about it.
Go ahead.
Same way, 1,000% in shifting that mindset. So, man, for one is now, particularly when my money is on the line, I'll trust everything you say, but verify. So trust but verify.
Trust but verify
is
that's deep.
It's a number one. So
People tell you anything,
bro. I didn't lost couple thousand, multiple thousands of dollars. Just trusting and hearing. And also thing is shiny object syndrome. So just kind of really
like that.
Yeah. So meaning, it's always like you're saying AI, chat GPT, our industries, is wholesaling or trucking or drop shipping, all these different things. It's your plan is going to work as long as you stick to it. It's not going to be easy and it's not going to be overnight. And you're going to fall on your face. You're going to, but, and trust me, I still hate to lose.
We all do.
Yeah.
To me, if you don't got a chip on your shoulder, you can't win anyway.
Facts.
You got to have some kind of chip on your shoulder.
Facts.
The elephant theory. I love talking about it. I tell everybody, if I give you $1 million tomorrow and I need you to eat this big elephant, would you try?
$1 million?
If I give you $1 million tomorrow, would you try to eat this big elephant? Don't even answer. You can't even digest them in 24 hours. Even if you was to cut them, eat them, shit or whatever, eat them, cut them, your body can't digest that elephant in 24 hours. So why even waste your time? Now, let me explain. People become entrepreneurs, and the first thing they say is, man, I'm going to be successful tomorrow. You can't digest what it takes to be an entrepreneur. It takes time. So most people are going to say, I'm going to eat that elephant. I want the money. But you can't digest it. So I want to.
I got a smart ass answer. Okay. I was going to say, yeah, but nah. I mean, in that, yes. What I would say, yeah, I'm gonna take your $1 million, then I'm gonna call up everybody I know. Yo, we finna eat this elephant.
Okay, so now
leveraging.
That's leveraging and delegating. So the question is your business doing the same thing? That's a good question.
Yes, but
trust.
Not only that. So there's a couple of things. You had to be completely transparent. Yeah, it's the trust, and also you being patient and being a great leader within whatever you're doing, but also to just like I said, being able to train and do all those kind of things is really serious. So I honestly just actually hired a coach for my business, and we are redoing everything. We were doing everything, and so
accountability coach.
Not only that, just a business coach in general. Yeah. And so he
your branding, your website, everything. I got you.
Well, no, more so my business.
Your business, really okay.
But he's telling me
some things.
He's telling me. He actually told me this guy is very successful in our business, in our industry, and he said if he could go back and do it all over again. He said the number one thing he would focus on is his branding. Number one thing over everything. And this guy is, I maybe thought he was going to say a different like business strategy or anything like that. He said branding.
Because people buy people, right? They don't buy other things, right? And that's why I told my wife, I said, this year I'm dropping my academy. It's $11,000, but it's 8 months. But I guarantee you, on month number 9, if you're not making $10K a month, you get your money back.
Oh, dang.
And have it back. You got to follow all the steps. Every month it has 12 steps. You have to pass all the quizzes with 100. But we're gonna go from building your brand all the way to you position yourself from podcasting to YouTube to everything. We're gonna go from scratch. And it's an 8-month program. Because I believe in myself.
Right.
I believe that the information I got, because I'm already running the play. Not like I'm not running the play. The play already being run.
Right.
And
that's what I'm finding out with a lot of stuff. You can give someone the playbook, but if it ain't in them, you can give them the game.
You know the 3% rule though.
What's that?
It's called a 3-10-9-7. So 3%, that means that you can tell 100% of the information. Only 10% gonna take action. Only 3% gonna execute. This is all facts.
Oh no, yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah,
and yeah, like I said, on me with a coach, my coach is staying on me about stuff, and I like to value myself as a hard worker and a person that stays up on it. But when they just start dissecting your day and things and that, it's humbling. So.
Because this is the thing I said. You know how many seconds in a day? You ever thought about that? It's 86,400 seconds a day.
Okay.
So imagine you get $86,400 a day. How much of that would you spend? How much would you waste? So that's the same with your time. People, I'm learning, and like some people got offended, but it's like, man, like if you're not coming on my podcast show, then if you want to come to my studio, it's $250 an hour to pick my mind. I'm being honest though, man. And people are like, wow, that's how much I charge. But I got digital courses you can go buy. Got plenty. And I'm building more right now. I'm building more digital courses.
Love it.
So that I can take, hey, how do you edit videos? Copy, paste. That's it. Slide it to them though. So what else I have for you? Oh, also when we never see, when you live in your own movie, you can never see it because you're inside the frame.
Right.
So now if you was to look at all your Instagram, Facebook, what are you seeing right now that you said, man, I need to improve on this so I can get more aware? What are you seeing when you go down and look at your stuff?
Well, honestly about that, I think
consistency.
Social media is all a highlight reel.
That's all it is.
So all I'm doing is sharing the wins or my work day, everything good and positive I'm putting out there. Because I'm not.
That's why I share losses too, though.
I'm sorry. I do share losses.
It's important.
Yeah. There's somebody who ran into my house.
Okay.
Yeah. Somebody ran it. A car. He ran into my garage, and then yeah. So I do share that stuff, and we're still. But a lot of time, most of that stuff is really highlight reels of me, date night with my wife or spend time with my kids, or me doing work day. I'm not sharing with you. I mean, because it's not great content. Me personally, me arguing with my wife or us beefing, or me, annoying with my kids. I love you guys, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's not that. So, I mean,
do you highlight the dates? You should.
The dates?
You should highlight the date.
Oh yeah. Well,
yeah. You like record them.
Absolutely.
Because that's my wife. Because at first she's like, yeah, let's just record maybe an hour worth of content, but it's not like we just recording, we just clipping it.
Yep.
And I was like, okay, good. We didn't realize that all our supporters, they really like that. Mm-hmm. Oh, we get to see y'all outside the podcast. Instead of every time you get on a podcast, hey, welcome to the podcast.
Right.
They like, but then we say, hey, y'all, look what y'all went there. And y'all. It get more personal.
Yep.
And I think people respect more personal versus just the highlight reel.
100%. 100%. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, from that aspect, I wouldn't necessarily look at social media, but what I would say, looking at everything, is that's a great question, man. I don't.
Because I think, a lot of times we don't, and I'm getting better at this, we don't evaluate ourselves. Mm-hmm. So what made me was like, okay, Lloyd, what are you doing every day? You recording videos, a reel only takes. So what happened was I wrote down, and what's crazy was I took askthepublic.com. You went there?
Mm-mm.
So go to askthepublic.com. I'm giving them the gym. I'm giving it to them.
Okay, what is it?
Askthepublic.com.
Okay.
You go there, you type in things about entrepreneurship. It gives you 100 things to talk about.
Content.
So I went and wrote down different things I want to know about entrepreneurship, and it gave me content. Then I just repurposed it. And so now I'm like, let's talk about reels. I'm like, how do I create 3 to 5 reels a day? Even though I got several videos on my computer I ain't even released, but it's just reels. And then how do I invite people to, like this weekend, I got 3 people coming in for the podcast. So I just keep asking. Some people you got to ask multiple times. Like you was pretty busy. So it's like, okay, I can only come on this day. You know what I'm saying? It happens. So, but your podcast, have you wrote your ideal list down yet? Need to.
Ideal list?
Or who you want on there?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because I think the law of attraction is a mother. So,
yeah.
I mean, it's so many successful people in Houston too.
So many. But yeah, that's the thing, is that I have mine is where it's unlike this platform where you and I sit in the room and talk. It's really just, they get on a software. We are on a software and we have that conversation, as opposed to us being in the same room. Because even with me, I really just
use a Zoom or Ecamm.
I use no, we're not shouting people out unless they start cutting the check. So cut the check. I will
let
it
go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Yeah.
I feel you.
No, yeah. So we're not doing
that. Not gonna do that.
But yeah, so I use a software.
Okay.
And people from all over the nation. So I've talked to people in DC that I got friends and all. So, and it's easy because you talk to them like, hey, all you gotta do is like us get on the phone. We'll talk for an hour on the video.
That's it.
Like,
I love it. I use Ecamm because I do got affiliate link. So Ecamm is what I use, and I use my affiliate link so people.
You know what? And I could get the affiliate link because I haven't signed up for it. I've been meaning to. Okay. It's been on my so Riverside.fm.
Oh yeah, perfect.
That's it. Yeah, Riverside. Yeah.
I was looking at them too, but then when I trying to see what would work better for me, and I chose Ecamm. So
Riverside, cut the check. Ecamm, cut the check. Stop playing.
So that's why I try to share with people, because people's like, "Oh man, how you do?" I'm like, "Hey, copy paste." People ask me my platform. I say, "Copy paste." You know what I'm saying?
Easy. Yep. Easy.
And it's easy. So the one I told you that not Patreon, but the other one, I make everybody who sign up, I make $50 a month. So I'll take it.
Beautiful.
You know what I'm saying?
Beautiful, man.
So my goal is to have at least eventually 200 or 300 of those.
Get into it.
Just get into it, you know what I'm saying? So is there anything you want to ask me, man? Because, I like to try to turn the tables, man. I've been asking all the questions.
Oh, man. So many, bro. So, I mean, your energy, your spirit is up, and you're clearly a motivated person. Where did that come from? Because, again, you started off in the railroad and, in a corporate setting, and then you're here now. So where did that come from?
Man, it was just seeing my mom die at the age of 50 from cancer. And that's her over there, you see. And to see her die at the age of 50 of cancer, and just like, man, we don't have a lot of time. Yeah. And I said, man, the crazy part is, I started my first business at 18.
What was that?
A video game company.
Dope.
It's called Digital Elements. And it didn't succeed, but it was just my first one. Then I went into a graphic design company. And then again, it took me from 18 to 40 to get job free. So I was 22 years, I was just trying to find something.
Right.
With network marketing, I'm trying to try everything. And I realized we're running out of time. We don't have much time. You know what I'm saying? Right. So while we here, let's make a difference. So I said, you know what? Why Now Is Your Time came in my head in 2001. Why now is your time? Man. And I was thinking about what I do. So my slogan is life without purpose has no meaning. And my thing is life, brand, legacy. Design your life, create your brand, leave your legacy. Right? And with that, I came up with a question: how would you leave it? And then I just started pushing through. So I got our own clothing line. We got multiple digital products. Man, we're just helping people, man.
And where can we cop all of that stuff?
WhyNowIsYourTime.com.
Let's get it.
Why Now Is Your Time everywhere, every platform. That's what we do, man. Your why? What's your why? Before we get off of here, I want to know your why.
Bro, my family, bro. Absolutely.
You know the acronym of why?
No, tell me.
What's hurting you?
Oh.
Y'all, I mean, what I said is, it's not like what's hurting you. It's like, what's that thing that give you your fuel? That's why they created the acronym of the why. It's what's hurting you. What is that thing that gives you that pain? I'm gonna push through no matter what.
Yeah, it's definitely my family, and just bruh, I'm really just aspiring to get off of that hamster wheel, because like you're saying,
come on.
Because let's not get it twisted. Yes, I do own my own company. We're a business. We've been successful for the last 3 years since being full time. However, I really just created another job for myself.
Oh, come on. Talk about it.
So, like I said, I'm getting busy. I'm, in my job, and I'm creating, a good lifestyle for my family. But at the same time, it's like, man, there's so much more out there that we can attain to. But so I do have a great sense of gratitude. Every morning I'm wake up and I'm thankful for like 10 fingers, 10 toes, my eyesight, lungs, all that stuff. And for me, man, it's just, I get a kick out of it, bro. I'm at the office. I'm getting in the elevator, tickled. It's middle of the day. I get to come over here and chat with you.
Come on, man.
It's a beautiful thing. Like, we get to rap and chat. Yes. That is a beautiful thing. However, there are other things that I aspire to do that, because of my current lifestyle that I'm grateful for, I can't do it at this point.
Well, that's why I said people need to understand another gem. Here you go. Y'all ready? Active income versus residual income.
Passive. Or, yeah,
passive. Somebody told me in order to be rich, and they told me an acronym stands for residual income creates happiness, and residual is passive. So once you understand the different buckets, I'm big on, if you got one income, you're too close to zero.
And an acronym spelled rich, right?
Rich.
Yeah.
You got the acronym?
No. But you said it out.
Oh yeah, residual
income
creates happiness.
Rich.
Yeah, rich. So I mean, but I love acronyms.
Yeah.
I tell people, don't have a poor mindset. Poor stands for passing over opportunity repeatedly. When people let the opportunity get in front of them, they let the opportunity pass them by. We all have the same opportunity, but some of us gonna take advantage, some of us gonna bullshit with it.
Right.
Somebody gonna say, man, I'm gonna take advantage. People will come here and be like, oh man, y'all got a studio, is this and that. But I say, do you know the work that goes behind it that you don't even see? It's a lot of marketing, it's a lot of this, a lot of me getting on the phone, me emailing people. I'm bold. Like, I didn't know you. I said, well, he know Justin. Just ask him, man. He might not.
Yeah.
You know, most people
gonna say, yeah. It's like when you tell people, yo, you want to come on and talk about yourself for an hour, like who the hell gonna say like no? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's good because, but I do get people too that be like, well, I don't really talk, and I'm like, all right, cool, I understand. You know?
Yeah, no, I respect.
Because some people just not, you know. And you said a hamster wheel, and I'm gonna tell you this: rats do what?
Cheese.
Okay, cheese. We consider cheese as what?
Money.
So spell rats backwards. You become a what?
Star.
The only way to become a star is for you to start shift your thinking.
Yes, sir.
So you have to get off that hamster wheel.
Right.
Get out in the wilderness and go get it.
Right. But yeah, and again, to me, I don't really know. So because early, going back to the question I asked you, you said you were trying a whole bunch of things, trying to like me. I really felt the pressure, and I don't know if you can talk, but it was really just to be perfect and not, you know, with that fear of going backwards by taking that leap. That's something that I really struggle with, and still to this day, like there's no such thing as perfection at all.
No.
And that saying, you probably know it because but like the saying is like, if you're not failing, you're not going to succeed at anything if you're not taking losses and lessons and learning and failing.
Yes.
And so you have to get out there. And I'm still like, just because the way I'm made up and everything I've done.
You overanalyzing everything?
Over analytical about everything. Definitely, dealt with that. But just from what I was in high school, what I did in high school to like what I did, in business. Gotcha. And what I was like, I used to work in corporate finance.
Okay.
And in treasury. And so there is no room for error.
Okay.
And particularly
they want you to be perfect.
Being a black man in a corporate finance setting.
Got you.
Now, some other people could probably get away with some stuff, but you had to be perfect. I mean,
why is so much pressure on us though?
You know damn well. You know damn well why. They got somebody, because you probably put in that position, but they got 10 other people that they could probably put in there.
Okay, I got you.
You know, it's just the hookup of the situation, whatever it is.
So how important is mental health?
Extremely. And that's
especially as an entrepreneur, because I felt lonely for a long time until my wife actually was like, sometimes I'm the only person you interact with because you so locked in on your data. When I first started, she's like, this don't make sense. And I was having days where I'm like, I was trying to finish my book. I'm trying to learn how to create courses. I'm going crazy, And she was like, you gotta step away.
So would you recommend that now? Do you still try to, essentially it sounded like you were trying to eat the elephant?
I was. Right? That's why I used that theory.
Yeah.
But I couldn't.
Yeah.
So now I'm learning how to pace myself. I'm learning how to hire editors. I'm learning how to doing things that can make my life easier. Because, at the end of the day, I feel like it's the pressure, like you said, of going back to work for somebody. I can't go back.
Right.
But I think all that takes how much money you saving, what position you in, how have you crafted your skills? All that stuff comes with work. All that stuff with grind. But again, when God showed me, you need multiple buckets. Each bucket making money. So you're not stuck just like, if this ain't good this month, then this gonna go right here.
Yep.
And I think once we understand that, you're like, okay, I got multiple streams of income.
Right. So that's one of the reasons why, again, I have a friend that launched a venture capital fund, and that just kind of made me interested in, not to that scale, but where I'm going to be funding millions across businesses, but I would like to own multiple businesses. And that's something that other people in that have done the Mastermind podcast have talked about. They own multiple things, multiple streams. Yeah, it's inspiring. The one dude was coming to me, he was like, "Oh yeah, Jay, how you been, man? What you on?" "Oh, I'm saying just." But it's not a flex. It's just a life. He's like, "Yeah, I'm thinking about, I ordered this helicopter. It should be ready in 2 years. All right, I've ordered this jet."
See, but God letting you see if it's possible for them, it's possible for you.
Right.
And I think the problem is not, and I said it's too many people are dealing with broke-minded people.
Yeah.
So people who think broke, you can't grow. And I made it clear. I said, if you can't help me grow, you dead to me.
Fact.
And I'm just not trying to be rude. I'm just being honest.
Right.
Because energy transferred it'll kill your business.
Protect your peace, King.
Anything else before we get off of here?
Man, bro, no. I just want to say I definitely appreciate you inviting me out here.
Yes, sir.
Man, I can't wait to continue this conversation on my podcast.
Yes.
Everything you walked me around the studio, everything you got going on, from your clothing brand to your services, that everything on your website is dope and super inspiring, and I'm in awe, and I can't wait to see what this year holds for you.
Hey, man, I got a couple people working on behind the scenes. We really changing this building, getting 10,000 square foot build, 5 podcast rooms, 2 state-of-the-art conferences rooms, and 2 classrooms that hold 50 people where we can teach classes in.
Content King.
Man, and so it's OM2A Studios, which means One Marriage, Two Hustlers, and we really want to give back, man. I'm helping a dude right now finish his book. So I got plugs on how people can get books published in less than 30 days. I'm showing them how to do it. I'm just helping people, man. I want to give back. I don't want it to just be about me.
Yeah.
If I can, like I said, if I can lend my hand and say, hey, man, listen, go get on Mr. Allen podcast, man. He might give some information.
Yeah.
You just got to share, man. So listen, thank you guys for tuning in. Again, I always tell you guys, listen, go out, design the life you want, create the brand you deserve, but most importantly, leave your own legacy with your own information and products. We see you in the next video. Peace.